Okay, students. Good morning to all of you. So, in previous class, we are discussing about the principle of capacitor. Okay. So, what is capacitor, Nana? Capacitor is nothing but it is a device which can store charge. Clear? Yes. Let us suppose there is one capacitor. Let us suppose this is one capacitor. Let us suppose. Okay, na? Means nothing but one conductor. Now, to this conductor, let us suppose we have given some charge. We have given some charge, Q we have given. Then, where it deposit on that surface, it will place. Clear? Yes. So, whenever you give charge to this conductor or capacitor, what happens? Its potential will increase. Clear? Yes, because potential is KQ by R. So, with increase in charge, potential also increases. Clear, students? Yes. If the potential of any conductor becomes higher and higher, then what happens? This charge, whatever is present on the surface of that conductor or capacitor, it will leak due to overload. It will leak to the surrounding. Means more charge we cannot store on a conductor. Now, to store more charge on a conductor, what we need to do is we need to decrease the potential so that the potential should not increase more. So, for that reason, what we will do is we will bring one more neutral conductor, conducting plate, you can say, near to it. So, when you bring a neutral conducting plate near to it, what happens? Due to induction property, due to induced induction property, due to these positive charges, some negative charges will induce on this surface, neutral surface. And because when this is neutral means equal number of positive and negative charges are there. Here negative charges comes here means here positive charges will come. Clear, students? Yes. So due to this, what happened for this surface? There is, let us suppose it is having potential V. Now there is some potential due to negative charges, that is V minus, I'll say. There is some potential due to positive charges, that is V plus. Means total potential will become, V total will become actual V, which is due to this, plus V minus plus V plus. Minus due to negative charges, V plus is due to positive charges. Clear? Yes. See, Nana, from this conductor, this distance let us suppose D, this distance let us suppose capital D or D dash. See, D is less than D dash, no? Yes or no? This distance is more. If the distance is more, potential is less. Suppose this charge equal in magnitude. Magnitude is equal, but the distances are different. This distance is more. Means potential due to positive charges is less than potential due to negative charges. So compared to this potential is less. Clear, students? So that what happened? This potential is decreasing this. So total potential is decreasing. Are you getting? So when potential decreases, then there should be no leakage to the surrounding. We can add some more extra charge to that. When potential decreases, we can add some extra charge to bring back that potential. Means ability to store the charge has increased bit somewhat. Clear? Now, if you want to increase this ability to store the star more, still what we need to do? This voltage still will decrease. Means let us suppose this is not there. Still it will get decreased, no? Yes. For that, what we'll do is this positive side plate, we will connect it to ground, to the earth. Then what happen? All the positive charges will flow to the ground. Then it will become like this. Then it will become just like this. So total potential will become V plus V minus due to negative charges. So potential has get reduced more. Due to that, you can give more charge to this conductor to bring back that voltage. Means you are able to store more charge on that conductor when you bring a earth connected neutral conductor near to a conductor. Got it? This is the principle of the capacitor. Principle of capacitor is nothing but separating two conductors, means bringing one conductor which is connected to earth, neutral conductor which is connected to earth near to a charged conductor. Then what happens? The potential of this one will get reduced. To increase that potential back, we can add more charge to that. Means ability to store the charge has increased. Yes, this is the principle of the capacitor. It is not important, just one process is done. Clear enough? Yes. Now, depending upon the shape of these plates, capacitors are of different types. They are capacitors. First one is parallel plate capacitors. Parallel plate capacitor means imagine two plates are there, yes, like this parallel plates. Now, if you bring near to each other, this will form one capacitor. That's it. Okay. Second one is if these shades of these plates are spherical, so this then the capacitor is called as spherical capacitor, depending upon the shape of the plates. Okay. Next, third one, cylindrical capacitor also is there. Cylindrical capacitor means two cylindrical shaped conductors are brought near to each other. One is connected to earth. Then it will form a cylindrical capacitor. That's it. Two spherical shaped conductors brought near to each other. One is connected to earth. Then it will form a spherical capacitor. That's it. Clear, Nana? Yes. Now, in our syllabus, mainly we will discuss about parallel plate capacitor, and for your subjective exam, they will ask many questions on this topic. And spherical capacitors, we will discuss for JE and NEET pattern. Okay, na? Clear? Cylindrical capacitor is not required. Okay, we will discuss this also on JE topic. Clear, na? Mainly our subjective is on parallel plate capacitor. Yes, let us discuss about this parallel plate capacitor. What is parallel plate capacitor? Simply, it is nothing but two parallel plates. Imagine this is one plate. Why I am drawing this like this? So that you can imagine that this is perpendicular to the board. Clear? Okay, Anna? Yes. One is like this. And another one is like this. Yes, imagine these are the two plates. Okay, na? Plate A, plate B, you can call. These are the two plates. Imagine that these two plates are having same area of cross section. This is having area A, this is also having area A. So you imagine these plates like this, Nana. This is one plate. It is placed on the board like this. Another plate. It is also placed like this. And both of them are having same area. How much area they are having? Equal area of cross section they are having, let us suppose. Okay, na? Yes. And let us suppose the separation between these two is small d. Between these two plates, small d separation is there. Clear? Okay. Now, let us suppose there are some charges are present on the surfaces of these plates. Let us suppose some charges are there. Here positive charges, here negative charges, let us suppose. Then what happened? One electric field will produce between these two plates. Clear? Yes. And that electric field will be in this direction. That can be given as E naught. Clear, students? Yes. See, in this chapter, we discuss in previous chapter we discussed about the electric field between two parallel sheets conductor. Formula is what? In the middle, it will be sigma by epsilon naught. Do you remember that one? Sigma by epsilon naught. Do you remember? Very important formula I told you. Clear? Yes. Whenever two conducting plates are separated by some distance in the middle region, and if the charges are equal in magnitude and opposite nature, then in the middle region, the electric field is given as sigma by epsilon naught. Here, E naught, applied electric field is sigma by epsilon naught. Let us suppose this is air between these two plates. Let us suppose air is filled between these two plates. Now, electric field between them is sigma by epsilon naught. Yes, what is sigma? Sigma is nothing but charge on any one of the plate divided by area of cross section of the plates. Here, yes, surface charge density. So electric field can be given as Q by A epsilon naught. Clear, students? Okay, now how much charge is there on this? Q charge. On this, how much charge is there? Again, Q charge. This positive charge, this negative charge. This will form a capacitor. Now, its capacity, how much? What is the capacity of this parallel capacitor? We want to find. We have to find. Yes. So for this, what we need to do? Yes, students, we know one format that C is equal to Q by V. Do you remember this one? Q is equal to C. Yes. Yes, I told you Q is equal to CV yesterday. Then C is equal to Q by V. Clear? So to find the potential, to find the capacitance, you want charge and you want potential also. Clear? Yes. However, we know what is the charge on each of the plate. Q charge is there. Only the thing is we want potential. Okay, na? Yes. See, in this chapter, we have derived one equation between electric field and potential. As you know, potential is equal to electric field is equal to negative of potential gradient. As you know this one. Electric field is negative of potential difference. Yes or no? Yes, we know. Whatever the electric field is there between these two plates, that will be equal to negative of potential difference. This negative sign indicates the electric field is in the direction of decrease of potential. Now, if we take the magnitude alone, so electric field can be written like this. Now, students, see this electric field E naught. E naught value is sigma by epsilon naught. Epsilon naught value is constant. 8.854 into 10 to the power of minus 12 coulomb square per Newton meter square. It is fixed value. And what is sigma? Sigma is nothing but Q by A. Q by A, charge by area of the plate. Yes, it is also constant. Means electric field is uniform everywhere between these two plates. So this electric field is uniform. So whenever we are having a uniform or constant electric field, this dV by dr will become, it will become V by D or V by R. Clear? So this formula I am writing for uniform electric field. If electric field is non-uniform, then we can write this. Means for a variable electric field, here one electric field value, here some more different electric field intensity, here some different electric field intensity, then we need to use this. If electric field is constant throughout in this region, then you can write V by D, voltage per distance. Is nothing but electric field. Then voltage can be written as E into D. So what is V? V is the potential difference between these two plates. Yes, that is equal to E value. E value is, that is nothing but E naught, uniform electric field, which is present. Clear, students? Yes. So it will become Q by A epsilon naught into D. Clear? Yes. We want capacitance now. Yes. Capacitance will become C is equal to Q by V. Then C is equal to Q upon V value. V value is Q by A epsilon naught into D. Yes. Q cancel. You get C is equal to, this will go up. Epsilon naught A divided by D. Yes. This is the formula for capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor. Fixed value. See, in this formula, we didn't get any charge, any voltage. Here, no charge, no voltage. Means capacity of a capacitor does not depend upon charge and voltage, charge and potential difference. Just it depends upon epsilon naught, permittivity of free space which is present here. If it is not air, if it is different epsilon value, depending upon the nature of the medium. C value depends upon nature of the medium between two plates. Which medium is there? Okay, na? And it depends upon the area of the plate, SC, and it depends upon the distance between the plates. Yes, yesterday we discussed. On what factors capacity of a capacitor depends? Capacity of a capacitor depends upon two factors. One is nature of the medium between the two plates. Another one is dimensions. What is the area and what is the distance between the capacitors? Clear, students? Okay. Now, let us suppose, students, if you want to increase the capacity of a capacitor, what you can do? Simply, you can decrease the distance between the two plates. Yes, between these two plates, if you decrease the distance, then what happened? Denominator decreasing, so capacity will increase. So if you want to increase the capacity of a capacitor, you can decrease the distance between the two plates. But how much a small separation we should give? Should be very small, but it should not overlap each other. There should be some small separation should be there. Okay, na? Okay, and one more thing, area of the plate should be more. Area of this plate should be more, and it also depends upon permittivity of the medium between the two plates. Here, this is the expression for capacity of a parallel plate capacitor. Any doubt in this? Any doubts in this? Very easy expression, which they may ask you for 3 marks in board exam, and on this topic, these formulas you need to remember. These formulas you need to remember. You will get objective questions also. We will see how they will ask while doing objective problems. Clear? Okay, na? Any doubt in this? Now, okay, sir, we will not keep air between these two. We will keep one dielectric material. Then what happened? Yes, if we keep one dielectric material between these two plates, if we keep one dielectric material whose dielectric constant is K, this is a dielectric. It is not air now. It is some dielectric material between these two plates. Then what happened to the capacity of a capacitor? Yes, due to this dielectric material present between these two plates, what happened to the capacity of a capacitor? See, students, yes, yesterday we have defined one formula, that is, whenever one dielectric material is placed between the place in an electric field, then electric field get reduced to E naught by K. Yes, Abhay, good. It will get reduced to E naught by K. So this is the net electric field which is present between these two plates. Now net electric field is this much. Clear? Yes. Then what is the voltage? Voltage can be written as E into D. Just now I have written V is equal to E is equal to V by D. Then E is equal to V is equal to E into D. Voltage. So voltage can be written as E naught by K into D. But what is E naught exactly? E naught is nothing but sigma by epsilon naught. Clear? Yes. So V can be written as sigma by epsilon naught K into D. Are you getting? E naught is sigma by epsilon naught. E naught is the electric field between the two plates. That is sigma by epsilon naught. Surface charge density divided by epsilon naught. Yes. So V can be written as sigma means what again? Q by A. Q by A epsilon naught K into D. Now write in this format Q by B. What you'll write? Q by B will become epsilon naught K A by D. This Q by B is nothing but C, capacitance. Means it can be written as K times of epsilon naught A by D. Clear, students? Yes, means if you introduce a dielectric material between the two plates of the capacitor, then its capacity get increased by K times. Because electric field is reduced by K times, then electric field will increase, sorry, capacitance will increase by K times. Are you understanding? Clear? So the capacity of a parallel plate capacitor is epsilon naught A by D. Now, when a dielectric material is placed between the two parallel plates of a capacitor, then its capacity will become K times of epsilon naught A divided by D. Yes, this is the capacity. Now, students, they may ask you like this. See, before introducing the dielectric material, let us suppose the capacity of a capacitor is 83 microfarad, let us suppose. Okay, this is without dielectric. Okay, and capacity becomes something. Let us do say 40 microfarad due to not 40. This let us suppose something 120. Let us suppose 120 microfarad or something 160 microfarad due to dielectric. Then what will be the dielectric material? What will be the dielectric constant of that material? Can you find? Yes. Just now I told you C dash is equal to K times of C. C dash is capacitance with dielectric. C is the capacitance without dielectrics. So K can be written as C dash by C. Objective problem na? C dash is 120 microfarad divided by C is 80 microfarad. So microfarad gets cancelled. 81 za 82 za. Yes. Dielectric constant is 2. You can get like this. Okay, na? Very simple. You must remember this. Yes. Let us suppose if this dielectric is not completely filled the space between the parallel plate capacitor, it is only partially it has filled. Then what happened? Let us see. It is very important for 5 marks. Yes. Capacity of a parallel plate capacitor when a dielectric partially fills. See this, partially fills the space between two plates. Now dielectric is not completely filled. Let us suppose it is partially filled. Then what happened to its capacity? Yes. Let us suppose, students, let us suppose this one plate and this another plate. Are you getting? Yes. And I'll draw so that you will understand these plates also. I'll draw. Yes. This is the separation between the plates. Okay, na? Now these plates are having positive charges here and negative charges are here. Okay. Now let us introduce a dielectric material between two plates which is partially filling. Yes. Let us suppose a dielectric material I am introducing by this much, whose thickness is small t. Small t thickness dielectric material I have introduced, whose dielectric constant, let us suppose K. Dielectric constant value what na? K. Then what happened? What happened to its capacity? Let us see. It is important for 5 marks, Nana. Students, important question for 5 marks and important formula for your objective questions also. Yes. Now let us see. Students, when this dielectric is not present, there is some electric field between these two plates. That is E naught. That value is sigma by epsilon naught. That is nothing but Q by A epsilon naught. As you know. Clear? But this electric field is not present for this total space of distance d. Now electric field, E naught electric field is present in this air filled space, whereas something else E naught by K is present in this space. Clear? That means here E naught electric field is there, here E naught electric field is there, but here E electric field is there. Are you getting? That E electric field E is nothing but E naught by K, as you know. Electric field in a dielectric material is E naught by K due to its dielectric constant. Clear? Yes. As we know, one more thing, that potential between these two plates is can be written as electric field into distance. But electric field is two different electric fields are there. Yes. One electric field is E naught, and that electric field is present over a distance of d minus t. What I am doing? D minus t. This electric field E naught is present is for what distance? So some space is occupied by a dielectric material of thickness t. Then remaining distance how much? From d subtract t, you will get d minus t. This much electric field is there, and E electric field is present for a distance of t, for a thickness of t. Yes. So total voltage will become E naught into d minus t plus E naught by K into t. Are you getting? because E is E naught by K. E is the electric field due to the dielectric material. I hope you are understanding clearly. Now this voltage between these two plates can be written as E naught into D minus T plus T by K. Can be right? Yes, definitely. Why not? Yes. So voltage can be written as, yes, what is E naught? E naught by? E naught is nothing but Q by A epsilon, as you know. Yes. Q by A epsilon naught into D minus T plus T by K. Now write this one in the form of C is equal to Q by V. Yes, C is equal to Q by V value. Q by A epsilon naught into D minus T plus T by K. Clear? This Q cancel. You will get C is equal to, this will go to numerator, that is epsilon naught A divided by D minus T plus T by K. Very important derivation. So when a dielectric material is partially fills the gap between the two plates, then capacity becomes epsilon naught A divided by D minus T plus T by K. Not only for board exam, it is for competitive exam also. For competitive exams also. See previous year questions, direct question only asked like this. Okay na? Or this can be written as epsilon naught A divided by D minus T. Take common. T take common. Here minus also taken. So here you get 1 because plus minus is there outside. We should write minus here. Minus of minus it will become plus 1 by K. Clear, students? You need to remember this also. Okay na? So when a dielectric material partially fills the gap between the parallel plates, then its capacitance will become epsilon naught A divided by D minus T. T is the thickness of the dielectric material plus T by K. Or it can be written as epsilon naught into A divided by D minus T of 1 minus 1 by K. Now let us suppose if this dielectric material is totally fills the gap, then T becomes D. T will become D. Yes or no? Let us go back to that when a dielectric material totally fills the gap. Epsilon K, epsilon naught A by D formula. Yes. Now when T becomes D, this dielectric material is of thickness D, then here it will become D. Here it will become D. Plus D minus D cancel. You will get D by K. K will go up. K epsilon naught A by D. Yes, perfect. Okay na? See, any step, any doubt is there, please ask faster. Otherwise, I'll go to next topic. So, shall I go to next topic? Yes, I think so. Time up, na? Again, you need to join next class, no? Also, I am having next class. Let us